When you go on tour, you're living with people, and that's the thing that's taking up most of your day, not being on stage, you know? And a tour is like a chunk of your life. You know, I've done tours that are like 13 months long, you know, even longer, you know? And the energy that's created is a culmination of the attitude of everybody that's on tour with you. And one bad apple can ruin, well, maybe it takes more than one, but you know, somebody who's miserable, when they get on tour, they become really miserable because there's no secrets at sea, you know. The road does a lot of strange things to people. But if there's somebody that's really, you know, fun-loving and happy and content, when they get on tour, they become really fun-loving and very considerate and very happy, you know. And I've toured with every type. I've been touring for 30 years. And I've toured with some of the biggest egos in the business and, you know, with every type. And what I've noticed is that you can be in a situation where you're selling millions of records and playing to tens of thousands of people a night, and that whole area of that whole time in your life could resemble darkness if the situation was uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's not worth it. There's no money that's worth that, you know what I mean? Because all we have when we're looking back is our memories, you know? I've learned to look at every situation I've been in and look at the positive sides of it because I've had great experiences on every tour I've ever done. You know, I've had challenges, and I've been very immature, and I was a different person in the early days, you know. And you learn a lot about yourself when you're out there at sea. But ultimately, what I look for when I hire a musician is somebody that really has a great disposition. That's the first thing. Somebody that I know that when I look back on that tour, I'm going to smile and I'm going to feel like it was a real wonderful, worthwhile life experience. Because that is a piece of your life, you know, and you create that atmosphere. And as a band leader, I've learned that you're in charge of that vibe. You have the ability to dictate the vibe of the whole tour. Because I've been with everybody, and I've seen how that works, and I've learned humility at times, and you know, but I'm a work in progress. I'm still trying to figure it out, you know, but I can tell you that the last 7-8 years of touring have been just glorious. My bands are we have a great time. The band, The Breed, which was, you know, it had Billy Sheehan and Tony McAlpine and those guys. Man, it was the greatest time anybody can ever have on tour. And the last band that's on the DVD with the violin players, Anne Marie, and yeah, just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We're like a traveling family. It's just a love fest. And that's what you look back at.